Are you scared to try CrossFit? If that's the case, that's okay. A lot of people feel that way. In this third episode of our series, we're going to talk to real CrossFitters to get the real story about what is it really like to do real CrossFit in a real CrossFit gym. Stick around.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
Welcome to another episode of the podcast. This is the third episode of the series where we address this common concern, people being scared to try CrossFit because maybe you've heard some things about CrossFit. Maybe you have some preconceived notions about CrossFit or what CrossFitters are like. And in this video series, you're kind of like pulling back the curtain and hearing from real CrossFitters about what they really say, people that have this concern, because a lot of us started there. But the good news is, I think this podcast, hearing from real CrossFitters, can be very illuminating and hopefully give you that reassurance that maybe this could be for you also a new, exciting, much more effective way of doing workouts, because you've probably seen people doing CrossFit and seen the results that they get. You probably know some people that have been telling you about CrossFit for a while, and they're super jazzed about CrossFit, but maybe you still have some reservations. So in this podcast, we'll hear from some real CrossFitters. And the first one, I would send it over to Lashate, aka Lala Grayson, was when she was with us here at CrossFit Edwardsville. She's a grad student at SIUE and just an amazing, inspiring person. And we asked her the question, hey, somebody is scared to try CrossFit, what would you say? So let's hear from Lala about what she would say.
All right. You just said it perfectly. You did, yeah. So somebody's scared to try CrossFit. Lala, what do you tell that person?
I'm really big into the same Nike, just do it. You just get up and do it. If you're scared, imagine if you were scared to do a lot of things like accomplish your goals. I'm a master's student right now. I'm a graduate student. If I was scared to go to grad school, I wouldn't be successful that I am. People are scared, a lot of things, scared to get up, scared to get on the plane. You gotta just face those fears and you gotta just do it. Come in here, you try a course, you try a class out, figure out how the environment is. I'm a spiritual person. See if the spirits around you resonate with you. The coaches, see if you're learning. We got options from scale to you want to be a savage and you want to go hard in the paint. We got those options too. You got to try. You can't knock anything until you try it.
Cool. So that's hearing from Lala. Up next, we're going to hear from Mayra Negri. Mayra she's married. She's a working career woman. She has a couple of young kids at home. She actually got started with us in our 6-week challenge. And so at the end of the 6 weeks, we talked to her and said, hey, give us the real story. Talk to somebody who's like nervous to start CrossFit. What do you tell that person? So think it over to Mayra next.
You're scared to try CrossFit. What would you tell that person?
You gotta come scared, but you're gonna love it. You gotta at least give it a try, because I guarantee you there is one thing that you're gonna love it, for sure.
Here's from a lot of CrossFitters that it's way more fun, way more exciting, way more invigorating than they thought that it would be. Like they knew the workouts would be challenging. That's like often the dominant emotion or impression that they have coming in. But what you really feel is like the people here are super, super nice, and they make you feel welcome and you don't feel judged. And they just make it a great environment to do workouts. So that was Mayra. Up next, taking it over to my friend Mark Donovan. Mark is actually in the pet products development department at Purina. He develops pet technology, smartware, smart devices for pets. And here's what Mark had to say when we asked him this question.
All right, Mark, a lot of people are scared to try CrossFit. What would you tell those people?
Don't believe a word that you hear. Just come and try it for yourselves. Try it one time.
So Mark kind of speaks to many people out there in our audience might have some preconceived notions about CrossFit. Maybe you've heard some things, maybe some people have told you some things, but until you actually come in and experience what the community, the culture, the vibe, the environment is really like, it's hard to appreciate just how much of a difference the experience, the complete experience makes in helping you become a healthier, fitter, happier version of yourself. We got a couple of quick snippets to wrap up this podcast. First, Kim Campbell. She's a mother of young twins and a girl that's about 8 years old, I believe. She's married. She works at SIU University in the administration. Here's what she said when we talked to her. Hey, people are scared to try CrossFit. What do you tell that person?
A lot of people are scared to try CrossFit. What do you tell them?
I was terrified in the beginning as well, but I took it slow. I learned, I listened, took my foundations class, and doing great now.
And Kim has become a competitor in CrossFit. She's done all kinds of cool stuff that she never knew that she could do. And it's been exciting to see all the cool stuff that she's done since starting CrossFit. And then finally, Casey Carey. Her husband, Kyle, started CrossFit first and then recruited her to join also. We asked Casey, hey, Casey, you were one of those people, you were scared of trying CrossFit. You came in, you jumped in and joined the onboarding program. What do you talk to somebody who is behind you, they're just getting started or they're thinking about getting started? What would you say to them?
What would you say, Casey?
I would say give it a shot because it's definitely worth it because I feel stronger than I have in a while.
And being stronger is one of those things we hear often from, especially the women that start CrossFit. It's very empowering to see just how much you are capable of doing. So many of us get caught up in like the hamster wheel of life and repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. And it's Groundhog Day. And especially once you're graduated from college, maybe you're not in sports anymore. You can get away from that physical side of yourself. And one of the cool things with CrossFit is that it lets you re-explore that side of you and occasionally surprise yourself and learn what you're capable of doing and kind of push those limits in a safe way to explore the physical side of yourself and become the best athlete for all of life that you can be. And all of our CrossFitters are athletes. And it's how we think of ourselves in our training. So maybe you still have some questions, and that's okay if you do. You can always find find CrossFit Edwardsville on any of the socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Search for @CrossFit Edwardsville. And when you're ready, go to CrossFitEdwardsville.com and book a no sweat conversation to talk to a coach about what your CrossFit journey looks like. And we hope that you do. Thanks for joining us in this podcast. We'll see you in the next one.